Good morning. Welcome to the Wildcat Report. I'm Michael.
And I'm Allie. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, Key Club is going to start having performances by people like cheerleaders, drumline, show choir, and it's going to be in the Commons at 7:40, so if you want to show support for United Way, you can come and donate to it.
Raising money for the United Way isn't the only way that Millard West students are getting involved. Now we go to Faith Cain and Megan Sharp.
A little bit out. Right there. Stay right there.
Perfect.
Awesome. Perfect.
This is Clayton, and he is the team manager of the boys' varsity basketball team. He also works with one of his best friends, Dylan. Most people watch the games from the stands, but what most people don't know is what happens on the sidelines behind the scenes.
I get the balls ready, rebound the balls, help the players work on things that they need to work on.
I go to every games, every practice. I go with the team. I was the manager. I was a freshman. Sometimes I go to away games and go to different schools and go to home games. We stay here for home games. Go away games. Go to other schools. That's the thing I do.
With this being Dylan and Clayton's third year on the team, they have made close relationships with the players. Not only have they helped out behind the scenes, but they have made a big impact on the organization.
A lot of times where they just lighten the mood. You know, we get a little too serious sometimes. We think a game is really big and they're over in the corner dancing.
This time, I wonder what it feels like to find the one in this life, the one we all dream of.
The first thing they're gonna do is get the work done. I do get the drinks ready and get them towels and if they get sweaty.
A lot of fun. Dylan is very organized. He wants to come up and he's always asking when practice is, what time it is. And Clayton's just fun-loving. He has a good time no matter what. And they love being there and we love having them too.
I go in the locker room and just yell, what are we going to do? They say we're going to work hard, try our best, and we have a chat.
On the other guys, like Andy, Dean, or Scott Means used to play as a freshman. They'll say, I need water, so I give them a water. And they'll say, give them a towel, so I give them a towel. And I get pumped up. It's like this, on the same thing. Make them feel better, make it rain.
They have also learned new positive attributes.
Well, hopefully they're learning a little bit of responsibility. They need to be there on time management. They need to pay attention a little bit, but I think they help us out as much as we help them.
All I can say is I have a wonderful coach.
Dylan and Clayton are not the only team managers. They are just two among four who help out varsity sports. Alyssa, a close classmate, helps out with varsity volleyball and has made a big influence on the team.
We give them modern high fives. She's very encouraging while we're playing, and she always has a positive attitude.
She's like a part of the team, so she goes through and gives everybody high fives for the game.
My favorite part about helping out the volleyball team is being with my friends.
Being a manager brought Alyssa closer to the team.
And Harry are my best friends, and they're very, very nice.
Consider Alyssa a really good friend of mine. She always makes my day whenever I see her, and she always has a big old smile on her face, and she's really sweet.
Well, if I saw her in the hallway at school, I'd probably run up and give her a high five and tell her I hope to see her at the game.
The players have encouraged her to come to plenty of the games, and the players have looked up to her.
Oh, she's like really fun to talk to every day, and like she gives me a good perspective on life and how like she goes after and like helps us and stays after every day to like help volleyball girls.
The game was very fun. It was fun helping out the girls.
Last but not least is the softball team manager, Lizzie, who has really hit it off with the team.
Knock, knock. Who's there? I cow. A cow who? Sitting on your head.
I'll pick up balls and do knock-knock jokes. She puts me in a good mood because she's really goofy and she just makes everyone laugh.
Lizzie's goofy style and attitude has knocked it out of the park with the players.
My favorite part is to do knock-knock jokes.
She not only loosens up the players by making them laugh with her knock-knock jokes, but may also relax the coach.
Coach gets mad, but I tell him to calm down.
She comes to team dinners, and I say hi to her in the hallway.
At team dinner, we sit and eat and be goofy.
Clayton, Dylan, Alyssa, and Lizzie all have been seen on the sidelines of our varsity sports. Even though they may not be seen center court or even center field, they will always be there for help with the players. This has been Faith Cain and Megan Sharp reporting.
So, goodbye, and have a great day. Peace.
It's really great to see everybody getting involved.
Definitely. If you want to get involved in something, you can come to the football game on October 4th and wear pink to it in support of the Susan G. Komen Foundation of Nebraska and donate to that too. Now we're going to get some updates from Sports Corner.
Here's something I bet most of you don't know. Millard West has a bowling team. The sport is open to boys and girls, but right now the JV and varsity teams consist mostly of boys. Our bowling team has won 2 state championships so far, and Coach Dean Martin has high hopes for this season.
Do great. We got a lot of good kids, new kids. We got some veterans. We're going to do good.
The team is always looking for new players. They practice every Wednesday from 3:45 to 5:10 at Western Bowl.
Everybody can bowl, no matter if you're little, tall, whatever physical aspect, you can always bowl.
The varsity football team went 1-1 in the last 2 games. They had a close loss against Burke with a tight score of 21-23, but bounced back the following week, beating our longtime rival, Millard South. The Wildcats kept the Patriots scoreless the whole first half, going into the third quarter with a decent 13-0 lead. We continued to score 14 more points and only let up 1 touchdown and a field goal, defeating South with an exceptional score of 27-10. And we can't forget our boys tennis team. They had an invitational at the Cook Center this weekend, and each event went 1-1 with the exception of singles number 1 team that fell short and went 0-2. The undefeated varsity volleyball team had an exciting game at Papillion La Vista this week. The first set ended in a 23-25 loss, but followed with an easy 25-17 win. The third set exceeded the normal 25 points, but West pulled through and won 28-26. They finished with the game with a 26-24 win to continue their 11-game undefeated streak. The Wildcats softball team crushed Burke 5-0, but couldn't overpower Millard South and lost a hard-fought game to the Patriot girls. Finally, the cross-country team attended the Norfolk Invitational in Metros. In the Invitational, the varsity girls placed 3rd, the varsity boys placed 2nd, along with the JV girls also placing 2nd, and the JV boys placed 1st. At Metros, the 9th and 10th grade boys and the 9th and 11th grade girls all placed 1st. The 10th and 12th grade girls placed 2nd, and the 11th and 12th grade boys ended in 3rd place. Freshman Seth Hershen placed 1st in both the Metros and for the varsity boys at the Norfolk Invitational. The varsity cross-country team will have an invitational at Kearney Country Club at 4 p.m., and this has been Spencer Bright with the Wildcat Sports Corner.
If you want to get into the sports action, you can sign up for intramural volleyball by October 3rd. It's $30 for a team.
Recently, the Nebraska Association of Teachers of Science has announced that Mr. Tyler Berzina is this year's recipient of the Catalyst Award.
Did you guys all congratulate Mr. Berzina? Yes. Best teacher. Let's all give him
It's been quite an honor. My jaw dropped when I first heard about this.
Congratulations, Mr. Berzina. Keep up the great work.
So the Millard West Drama and Orchestra departments have been staying busy this fall already. Orchestra had the Wild West show last Friday, and the theater is going to present the play Get Smart on October 3rd, 4th, and 6th.
Now that we're getting close to Halloween, HOSA is back with its annual blood drive, challenging QTs to see just how bloody they can be.
This year we started a traveling trophy, and so the quality time that has the most donations across all 3 blood drives will win a traveling trophy. We're going to call it the Bloodiest QT Trophy, and so the quality time will get their name engraved on it.
Have you ever given blood, Allie?
No, but I really hope to get involved with that someday. It sounds like a really great cause. So this week on the Wildcat Report, we have a brand new segment.
Between the days of Monday through Friday, approximately 2,500 students walked through the doors of Millard West.
Out of that 2,500 students that inhabit this building, each individual has their own unique story. Unraveling each individual story in this building can be a challenge, however worthwhile. Everybody Has a Story, a new segment presented on the Wildcat Report, discovers the student body and their stories. In order to decide which individual to interview, one of our reporters is blindfolded and chooses a classroom on a massive map of Millard West. Whichever room is chosen, students from that quality time are eligible for this segment. One of our reporters is blindfolded, marking on a sheet with countless grade levels, narrowing down the search. The final process of choosing the individual, the names of the students consisting of that quality time and grade level are placed in a hat and are randomly selected. Megan Markin, grade 12, 17 years old.
Hi, I'm Megan Markin.
Megan was one of the few people that made varsity marching band as a freshman. Now as a senior, Megan attempts to find her own tune within the band.
For the marching band, we are there's an arrangement of music that we work on, and then later in the summer we put it on the field with drill, which is like all the formations that we make, and we put it all together with a bunch of different instruments, and it all just kind of comes together, and we work really hard to perfect it and clean it and make it as great as possible.
Some days she'll be like, oh yeah, this happened in band today, and then other days she'll just be like, yeah, bands.
We sort of hit a lull a week or two ago, and just we all kind of sat together and we talked about how we need to improve and sort of find that drive again. And so we've been working really hard this past week to get that back.
Varsity marching band consumes a huge chunk of Megan's life, although she finds a positive outlet in practicing her faith with other teens her age.
I feel like at youth group she's more talkative than she is at school, just because she knows people better, and it's a more relaxed environment to be able to just like say hi to someone and start a conversation, as opposed to school you're kind of worried about what someone's going to say to you and stuff like that.
It's just a really great experience to like get away from a lot of the stresses of school, because pretty much we go there and we just laugh and we have a really good time, and we talk about school, and it's kind of a way to like unload and everything, but there's just like a lot of fun to be had. It's just sort of trying to find the balance, and like even if you're tired, like trying to continue to finish your homework or like push through rehearsals even though you have a lot of work to do when you get home.
No matter how hard balancing AP classes, marching band, and on top of that a social life, Megan will always find comfort in knowing her youth group will always be there for her, to fall back on, not only for support, but for guidance, a comfort most of us are longing to find.
That's a great way to get to know people around Millard West.
Definitely. This has been the Wildcat Report. We hope to see you right back here next week.